Hi everyone, welcome to Breaking Free Fridays, or welcome back if you've been following the series. It's so great to have you here. I'm excited today to share about control issues. And, the idea of do you have control issues is a little bit silly because the reality is we all have some amount of control issues. And the reason for that is it's connected to our sense of safety. We try to control things when we don't feel safe. And sometimes it's something that we don't even recognize. Like we might think we feel safe, but there could be something deeper in our nervous systems that is flagging our brain saying, safety alert kind of thing. So I wanted to bring this up because it's such a great place to go to find more empowerment. And really control is somewhat of an illusion. I don't know about you, but looking back in my own journey, I can relate to times where life has definitely taught me some lessons around me trying to plan and be hyper vigilant, which by the way is a symptom of unresolved trauma. And making things, taking into account all of these different aspects to ensure that things actually fall into place in the way that I wanted them to, or the way that I planned them to. And yet there is so much in this life that's outside of our control. Like it's impossible to think that we can actually make sure everything goes exactly as planned, because that's just not the nature of things. I mean, in one viewpoint, that part of the beauty and the flow and the adventure that is life, the wonder that is life, is that flow. And if there's one thing we can certainly count on in life, it is change and progression and opportunities to learn and grow. I think about I have two children, and with my first, my daughter, I had everything planned. I did everything by the book. And yet even doing that, I still ended up on some amount of bed rest. And then with my second child, with my son, I didn't even know I was pregnant with him until later. And, very diligent as a mom, taking that as very much an honor and a miracle to be a mom. And yet I went into preterm labor with my son very, very early in the pregnancy. So you just don't know. Like life definitely teaches us to be more resilient and to learn how to navigate almost on the fly. Because one of the things that I've been uncovering in my own journey is that the more I can bring myself to a place of safety and a sense of groundedness and centeredness within me, the easier it is to just let everything else be whatever it is, to release expectations, to release the need to be right, because what is that even doing for me anyway? So I invite you to look at those things in your own life and how that might be playing out, because when we can release the need to be right, when we can release expectations of other people that are part of how we're defining our own experience and our own worth, then we regain a massive amount of empowerment. And it's super freeing. And this is a process because sometimes these types of patterns are rooted because we have stuck energy in our systems that needs to be released so that we can actually be in a place of responding and really being very tapped into our higher self and our executive functioning, as opposed to going into a place of fight or flight or freeze or fawning, which are all, trauma responses. So just some food for thought there. And then another big piece related to control issues. If you have noticed sometimes, if you find yourself feeling defensive, that can be another area where there's like a hook into control. There's something that I remember. Gosh, this has been years and years ago, and I was doing some emotional release work, and I ran across this point that needed to be resolved for me, and what came up was self-centeredness, and I thought, how in the world could that be the case? Because here I am, this really giving person, super caring, but there's a flip side to that self-centeredness, because if we are taking things super personally, if we are getting defensive, then we're making things about ourselves instead of realizing another person is having their own experience. Other things are going on for them. They're experiencing life through their own lens of perspective and meaning that they're giving life. And it probably doesn't have anything to do with us, how we're showing up, what we're doing. Not to say that we don't have influence and impact on people, because obviously we do, but there's this bigger thread that's really interesting to look at. So I invite you to look at that. And then I had to share something because most of my recent videos have been inside since it's been getting dark earlier and it's been colder, but I was so excited to be able to get out and do the video in front of the lake, and just it's beautiful. And this incredible hawk I came flying by. I like to call it a hawk by, and I love that. It was so beautiful and just a perfect reminder about perspective. And there's, we see like this much, and yet there is like this universe of insight and wisdom and knowledge and perspective. And so it's always a great reminder to kind of take that in, and how am I looking at something? Is there a different perspective? Is there a different shift? So a great piece to start closing out there. But the one other thing I wanted to share, and I am super, super excited about this. So behind the scenes, I've been putting together a 7-day virtual retreat. It's free, and it's called the Empowered Woman Retreat. And it is chock full of incredible experts, visionaries, change makers from all over the world. The aim of the retreat is to really go deep around powerful insights and tools around what's holding us back in business and love and life. And it is mind-blowing. I'm so excited. The speakers are absolutely phenomenal. You are going to love it. And it's launching on February 5th, but you can start signing up now. There's a link below, so definitely check that out. And it's KaraPierceWhitney.com. So it's just Kara Pierce, Pierce, Whitney, WHITNEY.com. And again, it's free, and it is full of valuable, inspiring stories, wisdom, tools, practices, and these experts are coming from different perspectives in all areas of life. So you'll get insights on health and well-being, emotional regulation, the consciousness side of things, energy frequency, confidence, expression, purpose, how to forgive, spiritual awakening. I mean, it's amazing. So I encourage you to check that out. And here's to your next level of empowerment and breaking free. And I hope you have a great week. If you've enjoyed this video, please share it or subscribe and send a like. Thanks.